And I don't know about you, but I sometimes feel like this game of entrepreneurship is a little bit literally, it's like a game. And we're playing this game of the algorithm changes and this is the best way. And well, now God's pivoted me and I'm going to do this instead. It's always like this figuring it out. I don't know what you grew up on, but I definitely played some Mario Brothers when I was young. My brother, I had an older brother, and so he loved, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. And my favorite, all-time favorite is Super Mario Kart. And I'm still really good at that. My kids have Switch and I can still kick their butts on it. I'm not a big video game person, but I think of these different levels. And my goodness, if you go back to the games that were from like the 1980s and 1990s, and you look at the games today, they're so different. But at the end of the day, it's still trying to win and get to the end of the level. You and your business are, no matter where you are, how much growth you've had over the past month, over the past 3 years, 5 years, maybe like me, 10 plus years, your goal is still always to fulfill the assignment that God has given you, to run your race well, right? And there are some other games that I have found that we play in the entrepreneur world that I want to invite you to start playing a little bit different of a game. And this game that we often play is the what if game. We often play the what if I fail? What if I disappoint so and so? What if I sound silly? That imposter syndrome kicks in, right? What if they do better than me? What if I invest in this big 5-figure coaching investment and it doesn't yield the results that I really want? We can say what if all day long. And if your brain is doing its job, what your brain will do is your brain will play the what if game to keep you safe, to keep you in a place that you're not going to grow. And that's why we always hear this, nothing grows inside a comfort zone. Why? Because your brain is wired to keep you safe. Your brain is not wired for success. It's wired for keeping you in this bubble. And so we play this game. Well, what if? We're going to avoid fear. We're going to avoid rejection. We're going to avoid disappointment. We're going to avoid all the things that make us uncomfortable. And so then we just stay and we remain where we are. I want to invite you today to play a little bit different of a game. Same words, just a different fill in the blank. So I'm going to ask you this question. What if game have you been playing that has kept you where you are? What is the thing you're fearing? What is the thing that you're doubting? What is the thing that you're still wrestling with? What if fill in the blank? Well, I want you to think, what is the opposite of what you have been questioning? And before we do that, I just want to tell you a little tip that I do. So when I recognize that my brain is trying to do this very thing and is trying to keep me safe and comfortable and just like in its comfort zone, I want to honor it. And so I literally will say, thank you, mind, for doing what you were supposed to do. Thank you for keeping me safe and comfortable. However, mind, I'm going to ask you to take a seat. Soul, what your soul knows and what you're preparing for, right? I'm going to ask you to just like take a seat. And spirit, I'm calling you forward. When you gave your life to Jesus, you became new. And one of those things that you received new was a new spirit. Your spirit is what the Bible says we are supposed to be led by. But oftentimes we are led by our past experiences. And we're trying to avoid at all costs anything that is uncomfortable. The truth is, the next level is going to be uncomfortable because you have never experienced it before. You've never done it. You have never showed yourself how this goes or proven to yourself that you can do it. And so there are some risks involved. But we often focus on the risks in a negative way so that we remain comfortable. And so today I want to invite you to play the same game, but fill in the blank with something positive. What if I succeed? What if I help one person do the thing that I'm supposed to do? What if my business takes off? What if my launch goes really well? What if I get the speaking engagement? What if my podcast takes off and it reaches 30 different countries and people get to hear the message that God's given me? What if? What you focus on grows,